Okay, folks, this is Alan McRom, and we're back in our Vintage Story playthrough. We're doing a full playthrough of a vanilla Vintage Story. Um, and if you like this content, remember, you can like and subscribe to my channel, and I do have a full playlist of this. Now, I'm going to go ahead and pre-apologize here. I recorded another episode to kind of detail how we've gotten into the position that you're about to find us in, but due to technical issues, my audio got completely scrapped from that recording. So you're just not going to be able to get to see all that. However, I'm going to bring in some bits and pieces to see some of the things that we did succeed in doing. For example, one of the very important things that we did is we were able to get a temporal gear so that we were able to set our respawn point to our base of operations here. And right now, the problem we've got, which we also started in that last episode, is the bear that was living next to my house is now on the roof of my cellar, and that's going to be a bit of a problem. And I need to offload some stuff here, so we're going to offload some stuff really quick here, just to make room, so that I can do some management. Okay, good. That stuff rotted. What I wanted. Alright, there we go. One of the other things of note that happened is I found some zinc ore that I've mined. And we have the chunks of it here in my inventory. And you can see there's something coming through the door there. Let's see. I saw a hand popping through the door. I thought the bear was trying to come in through the door at us. Alright. But I found some zinc ore, which we'll be able to use in our forge. So, here we go. We have zinc. And I believe if we use the zinc, we can make brass, I think. Brass. There we go. Yep, it is 30 to 40% zinc, and then 60-70% copper. So we can use this zinc to make some brass, and brass has several uses. One of the major things being making brass plates, which you can then use to make lanterns, which are fantastic because they work really well. They have a nice light level to them. You can also use them to make these torch holders, which will basically let you have torches that never go out. Also very nice as far as making lights go. So if we go into copper, for example, and go to copper plates here, I'll show you what copper lantern. See, light level 20. So brass lanterns are great. It's just a nice metal. And let's see here. We'll see what the light level on torch is while we're sitting here talking about light sources. So I spelled torch right. Lord, I can spell tonight. So, lanterns obviously get you a better light level than torches. But if you're looking for that torch look, that's what the torch holders are for. So let's see if the bear is sitting here. Not seeing it. Close that. But the bear was just over there next to my forge earlier. Alright. Okay, we're gonna make a run to the farm, see if we can't offload some of this stuff here. Since I have a seed on me that I want to put in my farm box. There we go. Now, can we get into the forge? I don't see the bear in there. That's good. Now, where is the bear? Not seeing him. Alright, so our flint is calcifying. I'm going to get some more charcoal for the fire here real quick. There we go. So I'm making calcified flint here so that I can make... I heard something. So that I can make the fire clay that I need. I'm very nervous about that bear, because that bear will take us down very quickly. We end up in a fight with it. Still trying to keep an eye out for it. Okay, I think what we can do here is grab our shovel, especially since we know the bear is nearby. What we're going to do is we're just going to dig a little impromptu bear pit, I think. And we'll do this to catch the bear. And get it into a position where we can kill it and get some more hides and meat and fat and stuff out of it. There we go. We just got to get it down into this pit. There we go. I'll cut a little passage out. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Perfect. So what we'll do, this will be our exit here. Because the bear has an attack range of 3 blocks, basically. So what we're going to do is set ourselves up in a situation where we can hide more than 3 blocks back from it. Now we just got to find said bear. Got to be around here somewhere. We just got to lead him to our pit. Alright, where are you, bear? I can't have you just hanging around. There he is. Okay, here he comes. Ooh, he's in your woods. Okay. Woo! He almost got us there. Alright. Helps if I don't miss with these arrows. This bear is really upset. Man, that's it. We're out of arrows. Alright, we got him. Whew. There we go. Alright. He had decent weight on him, too, so just a good hunt. Alright, so we'll skin him up here. And we got 10 more units of bushmeat, 2 more huge hides, and 2 more units of fat, and then his bones. I'll just go ahead and break these with my knife, just because I have my knife out. There we go. Alright, now we can take all of this dirt and fill our hole back in. Because we don't really need another hole next to the house. There we go. That, and we don't need drifters spawning in here. Because if we just cover the hole up, the drifters will just start spawning in it. There we go. Yeah, I wonder if the bear was drawn in by our beehives. That's something we're going to have to worry about. But there we go. One less bear, and we only got mostly beat up. I think it's time that we do something about our healing item situation. So let's get some cattails here and make some healing items real quick so we can patch up our hit points without having to rely on our food bar, because I also need to do something about the food. Since we have all that bush meat now, I think we'll be eating some nice bear meat for a bit. There we go. Oh, are these parsnips already? There we go. Can add that. No, my inventory's full, apparently. Alright, well, let's go put some stuff away. So what we'll do is go put the parsnip seeds I just picked up away. And our farm's coming along nicely, so some of it will be ready to harvest soon. Yep. And the other thing we'll do is we'll go ahead and put this meat on the fire and just get it cooking real quick. That'll be a simple way to deal with some of our inventory problems. Throw our shovel back out there. We don't need the shovel real quick. Grab like 9 pieces of peat there for cooking with. And I'm doing this because you can't use the bush meat to make stews or anything like that. You can't do proper cooking with it in the base game. Like, I'm going to go ahead and grab this bit of bush meat to throw on the fire as well. I'm going to put these bear hides in here. Actually, no, I think I have some somewhere else, don't I? Yeah, I do. Grab those. I'll grab that one. I'm going to put these hides in here just because it should make them last a bit longer. Yeah, 13 days. 15 days. So that'll give us more time to do something with them, because ideally I would like to get some leather going, and that requires fresh hides. You can't use oiled hides for making leather, sadly. There we go. Get that fire going. Keep it going. Alright, let's go get those parsnips we dropped. And back to making those healing items I was talking about while that meat cooks. Let's see here, because the next thing we need to make healing items is we need horsetails. Now, one of the things about the base game is, as far as I'm aware, flowers don't, like, populate, they don't spread. And horsetail's a flower. You know, one of the mods I play with, or have played with in the past, and I'll probably play with in my next playthrough, just because it's a nice quality of life mod that adds some functions that I think are really good and should be hopefully eventually added to the base game. And that's the ability to make seeds for things like these cattails and flowers and such. You can make, you know, seeds so that you can repopulate them as you use them up. Because normally right now, you see me cutting the tops off these cattails, but I could also theoretically do, and I'll do that with this one, is I can keep cutting, and I'll eventually get the root. See, there you go. It gives me this cattail root, which I'll put on here. And I can eat it. It is a food source. Or I can plant it. Now, it's useful to plant them because you can always make yourself like a little field of cattails. But if you eat them, that's it. That cattail will never come back. And it will never make more cattails. That's the thing. The cattails don't spread either. Which is very annoying. It's not like the trees where you get seeds and stuff. And you can replant them. So, that's part of the reason I like the mod that I'm talking about, which is called, I can't remember the name of it now. It's basically one of the farming mods. When I do a playthrough with it, I'll include it in the description. But it basically makes it so you can get more seeds from things. Like berry bushes. Berry bushes don't have seeds, so you can't spread those. The berry bushes that exist in the world are the berry bushes that exist. But that mod makes it so you can make seeds for the berry bushes. Yeah. And that should be enough horsetail for now. So, the way this works is it takes... So, I'll do it proper. It's 4 horsetail and 2 cattails, and it makes you 4 basic poultices, which is a healing item. And each one heals 2 hit points. Now, one of the things we're going to be changing about this in the next update once they get there is healing items. Currently, they have a set healing amount they heal you for, and it just instantly heals you. You know, it's cool. It's good. But if you're wearing armor, it reduces the amount that it will heal you for. All right. Interesting. That's a little bit of a drawback for armor. One of the changes they're making is instead of having it heal you instantly, healing items are going to just heal you over time for an amount of hit points, which I'm fine with. But they're going to make it so that armor no longer affects how much they heal you, just how fast they heal you, which I think that's a proper change and a good change. So it'll just increase the amount of time it takes for the healing item to heal you, which will be good. Alright, there we go. We've gotten that done. So we've got rifts up there. Let's go check our food. So our character is kind of hungry. Food's coming along, and we're going to need some more fuel. There we go. I'll go ahead and take this set of bushmeat and eat some of it. There we go. Ah, took all of it. We still haven't finished. Alright. How's our calcified flint doing? Doing pretty well. We're gonna have to make some more charcoal soon. We've only got 90 left. But I'm not gonna waste our time doing that on stream. So let's do some more organizing here. Especially now that we've gotten rid of the bear problem, so I can be a bit more freely in and out of the house here. The other thing I should do is I should really probably make myself some more food. Have any more food stashed away in these? Oh yeah, I have this cooked poultry that's rotten on me. I'll just put it over here in my spoil container. Part of the reason I'm doing that is because the spoilage I can use to make compost, which I can use to make better farm soil, basically. I'm going to move this as well. Yeah, those are the backpacks I've been replacing. And cobblestone. Let's see here. I think that's everything in here that I care about as far as moving it over to my house here. And we'll put this over here, put twine up there. There we go. Actually, because of this, I have enough to make another linen bag. There we go. Alright, so we'll put this over here for the moment. We'll put the dirt in here temporarily. We'll put all of our extra supplies in here for the moment, just to get it out of my inventory. Alright, so we need to move the flint, the dried grass, the stick, that, and the bowl. And then we can take this bag and replace that one, and there we go. We're doing that because it gets us extra storage slots, which is nice. Alright, so let's grab the clay, because we're going to want some clay. And we'll take the sand as well, actually. We'll keep the sand. And we're going to take and put away our tools here. I'm going to need another tool rack. There we go. Tool rack. We'll put it up there. Put that there. There we go. Alright, and the reason we're going to take all that, I put away my dirt, didn't I? Oh, what am I? I need one more piece. There we go. That piece of calcified flint almost finished. I'd like to have a full stack. Because you need calcified flint to make fire bricks. Alright, so I need some of this low fertility soil. Perfect. Alright, because the reason we're doing this is we're going to go into our handbook and we're going to make daub. And we're going to make this ashen daub, which is grass, clay. Oh, can it only be blue clay or fire clay? Oh, that's expensive. What about this orange daub? That can be red clay. Let me check here. Let me go back into that. Okay, so it's that pattern. Alright, so we need dirt, grass, sand, and clay. Yeah, okay, so you can't use the red clay to make the ashen daub. That's interesting to know. So I will have to make fire clay first. That's okay. We're doing this to make fire clay anyways. And that should make me fire clay, right? Why is that not making fire clay? Oh, I have to grind it first. No wonder. Never mind. Okay. So we're gonna put our calcified flint in here. Oh, that didn't quite finish. There we go. I'm gonna close that door just to keep things sort of from walking in on us. I'm gonna go ahead and grind this flint, and I'll do that off screen. I'll fast forward through that for you all, so you don't have to watch that. Alright, folks, we're back. We finished grinding up the calcified flint, which, as a trick for you all, I'm going to get some stuff and demonstrate this real quick. So I'm just going to take, we'll use this rye grain. So we're going to take this rye grain. I'm going to show you a trick, just real quick, that I actually learned recently on the subreddit for this game, because I didn't know this. So, to use the quern here to grind stuff, you right-click the bottom of it, and you put whatever you want to grind in this left, window there. So now that's in the thing to be grind. Now, normally you'd have to hold right-click and grind it, and if you let go of the right-click, it stops grinding. Until you get a windmill, which clearly I don't have a windmill yet, you can't just get this to sit here and grind it, unless you hold right-click, press escape, let go of right-click, press escape again. And now it will just sit there and grind until it finishes. This is an amazing workaround to save your finger from holding down the right-click button on your mouse. Didn't know that. Little hack for you guys looking for something to make grinding stuff in the early game easier once you have your first quern set up before you get a windmill. I'm just going to go ahead and grind this into flour, because then I can store the flour, and I'll later use it to make bread. But I can't make bread until I have fire clay anyways. It should be done in just a second, as far as... There it goes. See, it actually just finished, so... There we go. And now we have flour, which... Look at that. Just sitting here in my inventory will last for 1.2 years. Let's see how long that's going to last in cold storage here in the cellar. I put that in here. 4.8 years. There you go. It's a ridiculous amount of time. Alright. Now, let's get back to doing our fire clay. Alright, so we're going to take our clay here, put it in a circle, and then we take this powdered thing, and there. And basically, each unit will make 8 pieces, and that's 1 clay in each square, and 1 powdered flint. And see, there you go. There. So, there's fire clay. We're going to make all that we can. Gonna do the same thing with this set. There we go. And that's perfect. So we made 64 fire clay. And now we can do a couple things. One, we're going to put this away. Put away our calcified flint powder there. And we're going to get our fire clay out. Actually, before we do that, let's see here. How do I want to do this? Yeah, let me get some packed earth here. Or, actually, you know what would look really good for this? I'm going to get some cobblestone. I have some cobblestone somewhere. Yeah, here we go. We're going to grab it. Andesite cobblestone for this. Yeah, we'll do just an andesite cobblestone for now. We're going to put that here. And then we will get our fire clay out. And we're going to make something out of it. And what we're going to make is this clay oven. You can only make this out of fire clay. You can't make this out of other types of clay. These other things you can make out of other types of clay, including these shingles. But this is the only thing you should really make out of fire clay as far as this goes. So we're going to do this because you have to do this out of fire clay. And We're gonna make this because this will allow us to bake bread and pies and things, which will basically allow us to do things like if we want to store fruits and berries long term, we can make them into pies. There we go. And now let's see here. Okay, so I was right. It is on this outer side here. There we go. It's Alright, now we're just going to go and repeat that layer. We're going to get this thing built up really quick. We have plenty of calcified flint to make more fire clay if we need to, and we have plenty more flint around if we need to make more calcified flint. The cool thing is, you don't have to fire this in a pit kiln. Like, you want to make other things, you got to fire them in a pit kiln. This is one of the few things you don't have to. You make it, you set it up, it's done. Now the baking oven here, this clay oven that you use to bake breads and stuff, has to be fueled with firewood. You cannot use other fuel sources in it. Alright, so there we go. Alright, so now we need to do this part. Yep. We're just gonna do that last layer again. I forgot how much fire clay this thing uses to make. Alright, let's fill that in a little bit. There we go. I'm going to stop there. And we'll sort out the rest here. Do we even have enough fire clay? I'm not sure we actually have enough fire clay. This may take more than 64. Here. Yeah, I may have to make some more fire clay. This thing requires a lot of clay. Which is why I usually only ever have one of these, is because fire clay is so valuable. Yeah, we're gonna need more. Yep, that was it. Alright. Good thing we have plenty more. Oh, over here, please. Go. Alright. Okay. Go. Almost got it. I've actually made one of these in real life. There we go. And now it's an oven. So what we do is we have to kind of break it. Since our base is becoming bothered by creatures there. But there we go. Alright. What time is it? It's not late enough to go to bed. But what we will do now is we are going to make fire clay bricks. There we go. That's not enough for what we want, but we'll make some more fire clay real quick. One of the drifters are very confused by being locked in the forge there. Cool. We can do. Let's do that. Cool. Alright. I guess we'll just hit the hay. Let the drifters wander around. They won't bother us while we sleep. See if they clear out in the morning here. Oh, nope. They will attack us while we sleep, apparently. That's not normal. Alright, well, we needed breakfast anyways. Alright. Get out of my face. Oh, goodness. There's more of them than I expected. Oh, it's very high rift activity right now. There's probably a rift sitting up there on top of my house right now. Did I bring any horsetail in here? Of course not. All of my supplies for bandaging are out there. I'm gonna move this over here. Put the fat in here for now. I think about how I want to deal with this. And that's one thing I can do while I'm in here. Just pick up all this wood. It doesn't need to be in here anymore. We'll just do some general maintenance around the pantry here. There we go. Make some more firewood. Take this rammed earth out of here because it doesn't need to be in here. Same with this blue clay that I found. And we'll take this. I'm doing this just so I can slowly actually make this into a real pantry. We'll take this tool rack here. There we go. They clear now? Not quite. Yeah, they're coming back. They just don't want to lay off, do they? Yep, there's a boat horn. Whew. I almost didn't make that. Alright, well, I'll bring you all back when the rift activity calms down a little bit. Okay, folks. We're back. The rift activity has finally calmed down, and I took a bit of a gamble, made a run, grabbed some resources, managed to make myself this wood lamellar armor. It's kind of the basic armor. You make it out of firewood, some oiled hides, well, some cured oiled hides, and a little bit of resin. And while it's going to increase my hunger rate and reduce my healing efficiency a little bit, it has provided me some protection from the things that were going on. But where was I? Right. So now, let's get back to making that daub that I was working on. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. There we go. Okay, so clay, grass, sand. Well, I mean dirt, clay, grass, sand. And there we go. We got some daub out. Whew, I'm almost dead. I thought that the Botorn had left. Apparently I was mistaken. I don't know where he is. It is a miracle I'm alive. And see, that's the difference the armor made. I have half a hit point left. He's over there to the right. Don't really want to run out there and fight him. We are going to regenerate slowly. Not very quickly. I also moved my cooking equipment out here. Like, for example, I can pick up that pot and put it on the shelf there. Now it's much more organized. We can even run a second cook fire there. So maybe we can get rid of this drifter. Ooh. He almost got me. Use this shelf as a shield. There we go. I'm gonna have a shootout with this Botorn here. Where is he? Missed. Alright. Hit him. Now I'm also out of spears. Run across here. Because I do have 2 more spearheads. There we go. Alright. Let him fire again. Hit him. I think we got him. Alright, that's that one. Any more Botorn out there? Don't think so. Alright. Let's make all the healing we can real quick. There we go. Alright. There we go. Get ourselves patched up nicely. Alright. Whew. Okay. Need to make some food. So I think we'll make just a little bit of porridge here. And let's see here. Do some carrots. So we're just going to make 4 units of porridge here with carrots and turnips. Still something to get us a little bit of food in us. Alright. Grab a pot. There we go. Stack of flax grain in half. I know flax is not the best grain for cooking with, but it's what we got. Gonna use some firewood. Yep. Alright. Get that going. Now, we're going to take these fire bricks that I made over to our pit kilns. So, that's 6. Each one will, I think, take 12, if I remember correctly. And you can still use it as a pit kiln. Alright, so we'll go ahead and do this one here. Go. Alright, and we'll go ahead and get the back 2 set up. Probably wondering why I'm making all these fire bricks. That's because I'm going to work on making some blueberries. Alright, so we need a little bit of that. It's 8 total. And then we'll go ahead and do that. Go. There. And cool. Now we're gonna have to go get some more clay soon. That's okay. Go. That'll get us enough to do another couple of kilns worth of fire bricks. There we go. Alright, I know where we got some more grass. Ouch. I'm starving, that's what it is. I was like, wait a minute, what's going on? What's that sound? It's because I'm starving. Had Had me worried there for a second. Yeah, I heard you. I heard you. We're eating. We're eating. Okay. Alright. Okay. Oh, we had to eat 3 of those servings. Alright, now let's go get our spears back from where we dealt with this drifter. Or, well, Botorn, not drifter. Let's also see if he drops anything of value for us here. It's possible for these guys to drop things. In this case, he dropped some flax fibers, which is fine. That almost makes up for the annoyance he caused me. Alright. Gonna go ahead and get some more grass, because we're gonna need some more grass for the kiln here. There we go. Because once we get these kilns going, we'll get them lit. And we'll move on to something else here. Well, that fire brick works. Because basically my idea is I want to start making some glass to fill in those windows. I'm also going to go get some more clay so I can work on the shingles for the roof. I can get rid of that monstrosity of a roof cover over my pit kilns currently. There we go. Alright. Now let's get these pit kilns lit. And I'm just going to do that one even though it's not a full kiln. Now we're going to need some more sticks. Okay. Let's go ahead and do our daubing over here. So what's cool about this, so I made all this fencing, right? In the previous playthrough. Put this fencing in. So now we can just take the daub and we can just right click on it. And it adds this beautiful daub. Now, it takes a lot of daub, so we're going to have to make a lot more. It's 10 per, so it's an expensive thing to do, but I think it looks nice. So that's going to be kind of an ongoing, long-term project. Put the sand in there. I'll put this dirt in there for now. And this rammed earth. Just get it out of here. There we go. Put that in there. Yeah, I know I'm carrying a ton of spears right now. If people say anything, I get it. I know. I'm going to put this firewood here, just so we have it. And yeah, let's grab one of these. Go. Put that away. We'll just keep that in our inventory so we have a little bit of food on us. Alright. Let's grab our shears, because what we're going to do is we're going to go cut down this birch tree here. And we'll use our shears to get some sticks and hopefully some seeds off this tree. Okay. Might have to start climbing the tree now. There we go. Grab all the little pieces that have fallen off. Just gonna use the technique to pull our way up there. There we go. There we go. Well, not what I wanted, but that's alright. Let's get our hay bales back. Go pick up all these sticks, because that's a good fair number of sticks there. And now we'll cut down this birch tree, get a little more firewood, and have solved our stick problem now. There we go. That should be more than enough sticks. We even got a seed so we can replace tree. We'll just plant that over here somewhere. Right here looks nice. There we go. And we can even come over here Use our shears on this little pile of birch leaves. Get a few extra sticks. Would have liked a seed, but it's alright. But that's enough sticks for us to do what we need. We're going to put our shears up. And now we can go over here and finish setting up our guns. There we go. And now with our birch, we can get our firewood. So what we'll do is we'll just throw some firewood on these. Keep it simple. There we go. And we'll go ahead and get these lit. And there we go. Brick kilns are working. We can put firewood here for now. Because eventually I'll start stacking another stack to do another charcoal run. Alright, so let's check our farm. How's it looking? Oh, we got some onions ready for harvest. Now, if we notice, that's reduced the P fertility of this, for that P nutrient, which is, I think, phosphorus. So we're going to put these away. So we know we can't plant parsnips or anything there, but we do have some carrots we can plant. We'll plant some carrots. And we could plant some turnips or some spelt. Spelt doesn't handle heat very well. Actually, the spelt handles heat pretty well, so I think we'll do spelt. So we'll do carrots and spelt. So we'll throw some carrots back here, and throw some spelt along the side there. So this is where you gotta watch your crop rotation. I do need to extend the farm a bit more, I think. I also need to finish the fencing project around it at some point. Alright, so let's go put these onions away. There's some more onions. Storage. Alright. So the other thing we kind of need to do now, got our spelt, we've got our farm grown, we've started that. We need to go get some more clay. So let's grab our shovel. Let's make sure we don't have an extra shovel floating around somewhere. Nope. Perfect. We're gonna go get some more clay. And if anything interesting happens, I'll let you know. But for now, we're just gonna head on. I'm just gonna pick some berries and forage as I go. Alright. We're back at the clay pit. And we have a pig just hanging out up here. It's a sow. Doesn't have any babies with her, so she's not aggressive. She's also low of weight, meaning she hasn't been eaten well. So if we could capture her, we could always fatten her up a bit, but I'm not ready to start domesticating animals right now. But I do want to keep an eye on her, because they can get aggressive, especially if a piglet was around. But she doesn't have one, so we should be fine. We're just going to grab a few stacks of clay. She's coming right back at us, see? She's just pretty chill as long as we don't bother her. Which in real life, don't go around wild pigs. Wild pigs are very dangerous in real life. And I know about that because my father has been attacked by a wild pig, funny enough. Now, he was fine, so don't think like he got hurt or anything. But it did keep him trapped in a outhouse at a state park for like an hour. And it was a sow, just like that one. It was because he made a mistake, or not really a mistake, he didn't know that it had a piglet with it. And when he opened the door to the outhouse, it attacked. He hit the piglet by accident, and it squealed, and Mama Pig was real mad. and tried to rip the outhouse off its foundation to get in him. So there you go. There's a little life antidote that isn't mine, but is my father's. About don't mess with wild pigs. Alright, we can take one or two more here. We'll take 1 and 2. There we go. Almost exactly. We'll take 1 more. Perfect. Wow. Couldn't have done it better. Alright, so that's 3 more full stacks of clay. Nicely done. We're going to head back to base. Again, I'll bring you back up when we get there. Okay, folks. Back at base. I took some of the clay. I made a bit more fire clay so I can make some more daub. And we're going to work on getting this little bit right here finished. There we go. Because that will allow us to come over here, grab some boards, and put a door in for our shop. That's not how I wanted the door. I wanted the door on the outside. There we go. Now we have a door on our shop. And I might just leave the wattle there as kind of like a window and not fill it in. I may fill that in with wattle at some point, just so it is, you know, effectively walled off. The other thing we're going to do, I'm going to take my torch here real quick, and I'm going to put it above the door just for some light. We're going to grab some more of this clay. And we're going to make some more of these red clay shingles. Because I kind of want to do roof. If we can get the roof done, that will feel accomplished. But I'm not going to make you sit here and watch me do all this. So I'll probably cut some of this out. Although these shingles are really fast to make. There we go. There's another set done. We only have 1 pit kiln open available anyway, so. Okay, so we can do like 2 sets, I think. Let me do it once. Let's see here. Pit kiln. Gonna look at and see how many I can do in one go in a pit kiln. Let's see here. Looking here at the pit kiln. Oh, I can put 48 shingles in there. Oh, that's perfect. Okay. So I can definitely do some more shingles. So I've already got 24, so I can do 2 more sets, which I'm going to do real quick. There we go. This game has an extensive wiki, by the way. It can be quite useful. And that's all, like, supported by the devs of the game, so it's very accurate. And they got people who are on there updating it, like, as they make releases pretty often. I think the devs even updated some. Same with their mod database. The devs are, like, always on there. All fully supported by the devs. Very nice. Great little community. Here we go. We're almost done with our next run of shingles here. Just because I do like the look of these red clay shingles. There we go. Alright, now we can go. I was caught on that ingot. I was like, why am I caught? Alright. Go. Now. Grass. Always need more grass. I think that should be one of the next tools I make. Should be a sigh. Yeah, let's get my torch back while I'm at it. It's nice having a night where we're not being harassed by drifters constantly. The other thing armor does is increases your hunger rate, so you burn through calories faster. Good, grab some of these berries here to have a little snack. Because I was actually running low on basically fruit-based calories on my character's diet anyways. There we go. That's enough. There. Now we need sticks. And we don't have enough sticks. Again. It's a constant thing. And I didn't grab my shears. A lot of walking back and forth, it seems, tonight. Alright, shears. Come here. Come here, shears. Good shears. Alright. Since this tree's just finished growing, that'll also give us some more firewood. There we go. One set of sticks. There we go. Cool. Alright. Grab any sticks that fell. See any seeds, but I didn't see one on top of the tree, so we're gonna knock this tree down so we can get that seed. Oh, we did get a couple seeds. There we go. Beautiful. What we can do is just go ahead and replant the tree. You don't want to plant them too close together because it can stunt their growth or prevent them from growing. And one more. For good measure. There we go. Keep our tree forest going here, so we have plenty of wood. There we go. That gave us plenty of sticks. That's not what I wanted. Okay, there we go. Accidentally made a stick stockpile. Should also feed my character a little bit more. There we go. Now, we just need some firewood, which we have right here in our inventory. Go. There's that. We'll take the rest of this, put it in our kitchen. So that we have it for our bread oven. Now we can get our torch, light that one up. That'll be some more shingles for us to have. There we go. And the other thing we'll do is we will go ahead and put away the clay, because we don't need it right this second. Get that clay. That'll be good for a few days. Got to do something with all these spears. And we'll just go ahead and go to bed, game, wake up bright and early in the morning, and start working on the roofing project, I think. Alright. Got our shingles. So let's go start our roofing project. We're gonna need 1, 2, 3, at least 3 corner posts. So let's see here. Make those corner pieces. It's just a little 3x3, so we're gonna need at least 3, probably 4. So we'll go ahead and make 4. There we go. And then what I'll do is make myself a little scaffolding for getting up there. Okay, and that let me get up here. Onto the roof, basically. Because we're going to have to figure out this here. I think it's from this side. I'm going to stand here. I think, yep, there we go. I had it right. So they always kind of go that direction. And that gets us that one. Gonna go pick up our hay bale here. I find hay bales are just very helpful for doing this kind of work game. Go. Alright, let's go over here. Well, actually, I'm going to need a couple more. There we go. Go. Alright. Now this one, we're actually going to want something slightly different. This one is fine. Don't mind my character grumbling about falling. Actually, that's a slight problem here. So I need to daub that up. I don't know if I have enough materials left to make daub. Yeah, I'm going to be short on the sand. Alright, so we'll work with what we've got for now. We'll put away this roof piece here. And what we'll do, back up over here on our scaffolding. That's what this. Nope, that's the blocks. Okay, let's just do H. What is it to get? Ah, it's 3 across. Okay. That is slightly inefficient. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. We'll go ahead and make a bunch, just because we'll use them. I fell off. Alright, because what we're going to do... Nope. There we go. Now, this is where I need more. Okay. Knock those down. Grab those real quick. That's not my jumps. Alright, so what we're gonna do. Do that. There we go. So that will let us basically do this. That one turned. Come back here. Alright. It gets easier once you get the first layer on, basically. So what we can do here, do that. Because now... That's alright. That's alright. Because we can take this and grab one of these. If I quit having blocks in my hand when I do this. There we go. Alright. Torch away, don't really need the torch. What I can do is throw this here. Give myself somewhere to stand. Alright, I was gonna go in there and put the cheers away because I don't need them right in a second. Now we can do this. And there we go. Now, the tricky part's going to be here. We're going to need the right piece to fit this side. But see, now we can walk on the roof, so we can knock down these blocks so we can reclaim them for use. And it's just a whole process like this of building a piece here and there. Oh, looks like part of the farm's done. We'll go ahead and finish this up real quick here. Just throw these up there, get that part done. Also, let's get some more of these on our inventory. Before you ask, I'm planning to extend this over this way some, which is why I'm leaving that open. There we go. Alright, let's see here. I think if I just put this down like that, there we go. Because I should be able to put in a piece that'll fit in here nice and keep me a nice roof shape there. But since we've run out of shingles for the moment, we have to wait for the next batch to be done. Let's go do the farm real quick and see what we've got that's done growing. Alright, so this flax is growing nicely. We've got a spelt that's done. And we've got a bunch of rye that's done. Now the rye got too hot, so it's stunted the growth. So we're only get 75% of our normal yield, but we still get seeds, which is fine. And we'll still get grain. So we only got 9 units of rye grain out of that one. 8 out of that one. Let's see here. We were at 17. We got 6 out of that one. 7 out of that one. So, you know, not the best yield. That's okay. So what we'll do is put the rye away. And that uses N. We need something that doesn't use end. So let's do flax, because we always need more flax anyways. So there we go. Flax uses K. And then we'll come over here, and we got some spelt that's ungrowing as well, so we'll harvest the spelt. The spelt uses N as well. Now, notice the spelt was not affected by the heat. The spelt has a much higher heat tolerance than the rye. Anything else done growing? Doesn't look like it. That's alright. Because we got a bunch of flax that will be done soon, which would be great. So put these seeds away. Now I do have them organized by basically what nutrient they need. But even so, that's a nice amount of grain that we now have to go put in storage. Especially as we get ready for winter. I'm also planning to basically extend the roof off this direction here. We put in some fence posts, I think, as support beams for a nice look. Go. Alright. Food stored up. Go. Feed our character again. Go. Do need to put these 2 bowls down. So we'll put these bowls down here. I'll take this empty crock. Put it there. Put the shovel there for now. That's the other thing I can do while I'm here. Let's go ahead and get some of these tools we don't need in here out of the way. That way we can knock these tool racks down and leave this for shelving. And slowly but surely we will get all of that done. That here, and then we'll put this here as well. There. Alright. Oh, our fire bricks are done. There we go. There's our first load of fire bricks. Which should last us for a while. 48 fire bricks will last us for a good while. So, I'll show you what these are for. So, you use these to make bloomeries. You can also use them to make slabs and other fire bricks. So, well, these are fire clay bricks. You then form them into fire bricks, which you use to make big kilns like, you know, cementation or basically the steel making kilns that you need. But the thing we want it for is this bloomery, because that's what we're going to use to make iron ingots and, well, iron blooms, which we'll refine into ingots. We'll also use it to make glass. Alright. Let's see here. Inventory-wise, how are we doing? Yeah, let's get rid of these tool racks. We can put these tool racks over here for now. You know, need to do a bit more cooking. So I'm going to do some cooking real quick. Especially while I have a bread oven now. So we're going to make some bread. Bread, a good source of grains. And now that we have this, we're going to grab our bucket. Going to grab some water. Go. Put our bucket in here and this in here. Do that. Put our bucket down. There we go. Alright, so that's how you make dough. So now what do we do with the dough? Well, we take and we get 4 pieces of firewood and we put them, and we put 5 into the oven. There we go. Or maybe it's 6. Sorry, 6 pieces. And now we light it. And we gotta wait for it to burn. Music's kicking off again. Must be something going on. But anyways, wait for that to heat up. We're making progress. That's this game. It's slow but sure progress. be nice once we get these windows and have actual windows. But let's see here. So. Anyways. Where's my fire breaks? Go to here. Fire breaks. Ah, here we go. The refractory bricks. That's what I was trying to think of. The tier 1 refractory bricks requires a refractory brick. Which you get from crushed bauxite, crushed quartz, and fire clay. Just like the improved version of the fire bricks that we've just made recently. Alright, so the oven is now ready. So now we're going to take our bread dough and we're going to put it in there. And you can actually watch it as it cooks. I love, this is also one of the really nice things, just the way they did this. They implemented this very well. So you see it's getting up to temperature. You can see the temperature readout at the top of the screen there. You can even see the bread in the oven start to rise a little bit if you watch it carefully. As you read it, let's see, it says rye dough. No change to, you know, pre-baked. Now it's up to temperature. See, part baked. And now we want it for it to say baked. And then you can actually char it if you want it to last longer. By basically burning it slightly. Well, burning it a lot. Kind of the concept of how you'd make hardtack if you wanted to make real-world hardtack, by the way. Because it's just overly baked flatbread. See, now it says rye bread. So now we can pull these out. And now we have rye bread. And we can put these other ones in here. We go look at this. Now, this will last for 8 days as fresh. While giving us, you know, grain satiation. And we can bake it into charred rye bread, which reduces how much satiation it gives you, but it'll last a long time. Then we're just going to finish baking this 8 loaves of bread here. Because the other thing this is good for is a lot of traders will buy bread. I just wish I knew why the music was kicking off so much. I don't see any portals. Rift activity's calm. Feel like a rainstorm blowing in. It's just hot. Alright, we're almost done baking. And this is the same way you'd bake pies and stuff in the game too. You'd make a pie using dough, which we'll get into that later. And then you'd put it in the oven and let it bake. You get a couple rounds of like 3 or 4 rounds of baking out of an oven that you've heated up, or you have to heat it up again. After this, I think it might be time for me to start working on mining some more. Because in the episode that I tried to make that we didn't have good success with our audio on, I did a bunch of prospecting up in this area. And I didn't really find anything that I was going to go after too much. I found some like magnesite there that I'll go after later once I have tin. But I found some zinc over here. Deep in mine. I had to like mine straight down. I mined like straight down like right here and then mined over to the zinc. I'm still working on mining that out because I can use the zinc to make brass like I was talking about earlier. Ah, there we go. Our last rye bread. Alright. Let's go see how long this will last in our storage. So it's 8 days in our inventory, and if we put it in here, 117. So we're going to take some of it with us, though. We're going to take like 1 or 2. Leave the rest in there. There we go, look at that. That filled our character up nicely. Alright. Let's see here. I'm gonna get rid of some of these spears, because I don't really need all these spears. If I'm going to go mining. Go. I don't really need the axe for mining either. Go. Looks like some more of our grains are ready for harvest, which is fine. We'll go ahead and harvest those. Flax is still growing, but we got some more of this rye ready. I probably planted it at different times on the same day, I think. There we go. But still, a good harvest today on this rye. Good. Put the rye away. Let's grab... Oh, we'll leave those carrots in there. Grab some more flax, though, because we constantly are going to need lots of flax. There you go. And it does double duty. It's both food and, you know, flax fiber. I just need to start expanding our beehives soon. That's a project we can deal with later. Gesundheit, dude. My wife is sneezing off in the background in case y'all are wondering what's going on and why I said Gesundheit. Alright, that's your pick. And where is my Propic? Propic. Put my Propic. Oh, it's up there. There we go. Put away this rye. And actually, we'll take some of this with us. We'll make ourselves a little porridge for the road, I think. Onions in it. It's gonna be rye and onion porridge. Doesn't that just sound lovely? I am being facetious on that. I don't think it's going to be all that tasty, if you ask me. Maybe I'm wrong. I never know. I've never tried to make rye and onion porridge in real life, so all I know it's absolutely delicious. I think we're going to focus on getting some more copper. Well, no, because I really need to find that cassiterite that's over here. Because there's some cassiterite somewhere in this area. At least that's what this node says. The best reading of cassiterite we've seen. Just 10. We've not had much luck. What I might do is mine out this way some past the zinc and take another reading. We'll take some of the dirt with us. Yeah, we'll take this low fertility soil with us because we'll use that as a cheap mining support that we can, you know, abandon if we want. Alright. Looks like we won't even need that fourth piece of meat there. anytime we can be a little more efficient on fuel, it's a great time. Put that there, put that there. And now we've got food. There we go. Alright. I'm going to go head over to the mine. And I'll see you there. Alright. We're back at our mine, which is right here on this little area. I'm going to go ahead and actually mark that on the map so I know exactly where it is. We're just going to do this as a ladder. And we're just going to make it yellow. And do that. There we go. And so, I'm just going to go down. What I like to do, I like to just throw a hay bale on top of it to keep anybody from following me down, specifically like drifters and stuff. Now, you can get drifters down here. If you notice, our gear is spinning like crazy. And that is because we are underground. And we can start to see drifters and things down here. Alright, so we're looking for more of that zinc. I was just seeing if I could spot it real quick. I'm not seeing it. I know it's still here somewhere. Yep. I am amazingly not dead. I don't know how I didn't die. Okay. That is the danger of cave-ins, folks. Let's see if we can't find our way back to our mine shaft. So I'll just do this one. There we go. So like, see how that's... Yeah, so if we did that again. Alright. Oh. What is all that up there? It looks like an empty spot. Hold on. Well, we found... Looks like we found the zinc ore we were looking for. Alright, so what we can do... we can get this dirt we brought with us out. We'll come over here. We'll fill that in a little bit. It's all right. All right. What we'll do is put that there, just to give it a little more stability. So let's see here. Alright, so that was one zinc ore. We'll do another node search here real quick. Yeah, it still says there's some in this area. But with as unstable as this is getting, it's going to be difficult to mine. So, what we're going to do is keep going this way, I think. So I want to see if we can't get a better reading for the cassiterite, because that's honestly more important to us than the zinc. Well, the zinc's cool. It isn't what we're looking for. So we're just going to go this way a bit. I think cassiterite might be further out here, kind of underwater. Alright, so let's go ahead and do a long-range node search here. Do this one. Alright, we're going to go back. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do like this one. over here, like 1, 2, 3, 4 or so. We'll do that one. That should be enough. Alright, so it is getting higher. Don't really like using my pick this much. Alright, let's see if we can't get a better reading. I'm not gonna sit here and make y'all watch me just mine out this tunnel, especially considering how long we're gonna have to go to do this. I'm probably gonna have to go back and make another pick soon. I mean, I could always keep going down my mine shaft and seeing if I get a better reading somewhere. But the fact that it is going up slowly but surely this direction kind of makes me wonder if it might be out here and to the right. Let's take a hard turn here. Because if we check, this one was 0.12, this is 0.14, so we're getting closer, but I think it's going to be more this direction. We've hit a new type of stone. We've hit slate. Can slate have... No, slate can have emeralds, bismuth, and it can have siderite, and titanium, and iron, native copper, manganese, zinc, cinnabar, graphite, and obviously quartz. And you can find different types of marble in it, apparently. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down under the slate. Just so I don't have to pick up multiple types of rocks. Rocks in here. The slow process of mining. Alright. Oh, that one wasn't far enough away. Oh. Alright, you have to go further up. Now can we do this one? definitely getting better this direction. Definitely getting a lot better this direction. Alright. So, we're going to call it there. I think. Mostly because our temporal stability is starting to get kind of low. And so we're going to need to get back up to the surface to get that restored. It also tells me that the Cassiterite's probably out over here. It might even be on this island. So I might paddle over there and actually do a quick rock sample. Got wolves. I'm not geared for fighting them right now. I don't want to go out in the water, because that would douse my torch. Yep, see, there they are. They're on that island right there. Good to know there's wolf spawn over there. I kind of wish, since I need this sand to make the daub I've been making, kind of wish I could grind my Cassiterite stones into sand. Or andesite stones into sand, I mean. Because I'm using andesite to make my daub. Let's go over to that island real quick and take a quick sample and make sure. I mean, if it's over there, that'll make life a lot easier without this having the whole, like, mine underground thing. Because that long-range prospecting pick check is actually quite long-range. It's like, to put it in Minecraft terms, because I mean this game still functions in similar ways to Minecraft. It is a considerable number of chunks it checks, so you may get like a decent reading and not actually be anywhere near on top of the ore vein you're looking for. It may be like, you know, 100 blocks away from you or something like that. Depends on the size of the ore vein and whatnot. Like, I saw someone go into like great depth about how it all works on like the forums there. So let's do a sample here. Alright. Sample here. And then a sample here. Well, it actually went back down. Which, that's unfortunate. So it is somewhere in between here and there. That is unfortunate. So it's basically somewhere like along the bottom of this ocean. I might try to find a better source. Just because that's going to be a lot of mining to try and find that under there. Alright, well, I'll probably do some more prospecting off recording until we find something a bit more promising. Until next time, folks, this has been Thalen McRom. Thank you for joining me. And I'll probably be putting a short out where I found the temporal gear, just so you all can see that. And I'll probably include it in this video earlier where I talked about it. So, again, thank you all for joining me. And leave comments. If you see things that I'm missing, tell me. If you see things that you think would be, you know, good sub-goals on top of our, you know, complete the story content and get a chest full of rusty gears, let me know. And we'll see you next time.